Well, I'd like to think the editorial team engages and entertains as well as informed, and we cover a huge variety of material from videos to galleries to news to features and of course road tests.
We try to make vehicles come to life for our readers, and in the process we're hoping we can entertain them as well.
I think the edit team demystifies car shopping and car owning.
People don't drive numbers, they drive cars, so that subjective driving experience is every bit, if not more important than the track numbers.
You're kind of a test pilot, you're kind of an engineer, and you're kind of a movie reviewer. You're talking about what the experience is really like.
The editorial team is unique because we have 207 years of combined experience at Edmunds and 438 years of combined experience in the automotive industry.
And you know, I've been a writer in the automotive industry pretty much before there was dirt.
Oh, I was born into it. My dad was a race car driver and he had his own race shop. He built race cars.
I spent a good chunk of years, about 8 years, working at Garrett Turbo as a development engineer. We played with turbos, we made things go fast.
A wealthy scoundrel seduced and betrayed me.
My first words were mama, dada, and car.
I guess you could say it's sort of the family business. My dad was a successful automotive magazine editor.
My brother, my dad, one of my uncles were all really heavily interested in cars.
Yeah, I also did a stint as a spy photographer one summer in Death Valley. It was, sounds a little bit more interesting than it really is, because most of the time it's sitting around waiting for cars to drive by on the road, which tends to not happen very often in the middle of the desert.
I was given an address in Beverly Hills, so I showed up. I thought it was going to be an office space, but it turned out to be some guy's house. That some guy turned out to be Peter, who answered the front door and kind of scared the crap out of me. He was a big, tall guy. Told me I had to go around the back to the pool house, and I was thinking that this was like a little sketchy, wasn't sure. And showed up back there, and that's where the company was located, in his pool house. There was 5 other people, so I turned out to be employee number 6.
I got into the car business because it's what I love, and when you do what you love, it's not really work, so technically I haven't worked a day in my life.
So Kurt, tell me what lengths you've gone to take a photo.
Well, I've almost been shot, stabbed, assaulted,
harassed,
probably kidnapped if I hung around long enough.
And I've been chased.
Hit by a truck, hit by a car, hit by a motorcycle.
I've been pushed.
Heat stroke, frostbite.
I've been propositioned.
I fell off a cliff, but I landed on my feet.
So every time I go out, it's an adventure.
I don't have any heroic how I got the stories from here at Edmunds. For that, I'm going to refer you to Phil Reed.
As soon as I was hired, they sent me out to be an undercover car salesman for 3 months. The number one thing I learned was what it was like to face a consumer and have them hate you. Because as soon as I would walk up to them, I'm not an intimidating person, but I'd say, "Can I help you?" And they would say, "Can't you just give me 2 seconds to relax and look around on my own?"
We were at the track testing the Ram, and it was the end of the day and everybody was punchy and tired and we hadn't had lunch yet. And somebody said, "I bet Bryn could fit in there." And I was like, "Well, okay." So I climbed in.
You probably don't see on the cameras that there's 1,500 people who are all sort of fighting to be in your space. This the Chevrolet, the f is it? Spark.
I would answer the question about the lengths I have gone to get a story, but I refuse to answer that on the grounds that it may incriminate myself or other people.
Very good, very good. Just give it a second here.
Well, obviously driving really fast cars is a lot of fun. That's why I got into this business. Now I think the best part of my job, the most satisfying part of my job, is producing stories that I think are well written.
The best part of my job is getting paid to write. We're given a lot of freedom to do what we think we need to do to bring in the consumer.
I'd say the most satisfying part of my job is helping consumers shop for cars.
The variety of what we do, the challenge of what we do.
And all of a sudden I thought, I really like going to work every day because of the people in our office.
I think our specialty at Edmunds is real cars for real people. They're looking to go to work. They're looking to go to the store on the way home. They're real people who need real cars.
I don't think anybody on our team ever wants to put out a substandard product.
I don't have any delusion that people are always going to buy the vehicles that I think they should, but at least maybe after reading some of our articles, they're going to be better informed about different types of vehicles and be able to make a better choice.
Helping people make the second most important purchasing decision they can is huge.
Every day coming to work here is really an adventure. It's an adventure in understanding what people want from us, and it's an adventure in putting together stories and having a lot of pride in what we can do for car shoppers and car owners.
I don't think we help people. I know we help people. We get the emails, we get the letters, there's the comments on the articles. I've gotten phone calls from readers thanking me or one of our staff members personally to help them through the car buying and choosing process. Again, it's a very personal thing to people. It's something they get excited about in their lives, and they feel grateful that we're there to help them out throughout the process. And it's fun for us when they search us out personally and thank us.